Devon хочет с Денисом побороться уже. Говорит об этом. Я думаю, что отлично. С кем? С Ларатом? Ну,
What's up, guys? So we got new footage today of LEVAN talking about a future matchup with Denis Saplankov, and also Denis was on a podcast talking about what future matchups he wants. And there's some interesting stuff that he said in that podcast as far as the strongest people he's ever arm wrestled as well. And it's crazy to think that Denis coming back, if he can beat John Brzenk, that he would want to go against Devon Larratt, is what he said. I'll show you word for word what he said here. So,
who was your toughest opponent?
Let's see.
Ну вот Чафи, прям
Okay.
было жестко с ним. Ну, Пушкарь, Андрюха. Вот те, которые вот доставляли проблем мне.
Who's your top 5 arm wrestlers?
Это, безусловно, Джон, Ларат.
Man, if only Pushkar was still around, that dude was an absolute monster. Seeing his performance at Moldova in, I believe, 2018, if you've seen that tournament, you know what I'm talking about. The guy's an absolute monster. If anyone could beat LEVAN, it would be him if he was still alive. Rest in peace.
Андрюха Пушкарь. Это, блин, понимаешь, я не могу сейчас выбирать тех ребят, с которыми не боролся. То есть, естественно, беру в расчет тех, с которыми я стоял.
So he can only talk about people he's gone against. He talks about LEVAN. Obviously, he hasn't gone against LEVAN, but he showed interest in facing LEVAN. And let's go to the next question. I think he talks about Devon pretty soon here.
Denis.
Я буду очень стараться выиграть.
He's asked if he's confident he'll win against Brzenk. He said, I'll do my best to win. And then here is the information where he's hinting at basically the organizers talked about a future matchup, and he says Devon Larratt.
Who do you want to pull after John?
Ну, у нас уже как бы есть там с кем? С Ларатом. Ну, на перспективу. Потому что мне организаторы выставили ряд спортсменов, ну, можно сказать, которых я выбирал. И выбирал, конечно, по какой-то своей интуиции.
Man, I would love to see Denis versus Devon on the right arm. Last time they faced, that was 2018 on the left arm, and Devon got absolutely crushed. If you've seen that, you know what I'm talking about. Here he predicts the next matchups. He predicts LEVAN versus Gasparini. He says it's going to be a tough day for Ermes, considering LEVAN's hand and wrist. And then he says we'll see about if endurance plays a factor. And that was pretty much the end of it. There was some other stuff in the podcast where he talks about training philosophy and stuff like that. But what I wanted to highlight in this video is just talking about the future matchups between Denis and Devon. And coincidentally, the same day on True Power, there's a video where LEVAN talks about how he thinks that Devon versus Denis would be a good intermediate match before LEVAN faces Saplankov, if Saplankov can beat Devon. So this is huge stuff right here.
Много говорю. А у нас не получится побороться.
He's referring to Saplankov, that he hasn't had a match with him yet.
Все хотят этого поединка. Мне нужен этот поединок. Я знаю, что Денису тоже нужен. Я думаю, что это будет для рестлинга один большое событие в истории.
Yeah, imagine Denis versus a peak Denis getting into a really good shape versus LEVAN. That would potentially be the biggest match in arm wrestling history. That's what they said about Devon versus LEVAN when that happened, but there's always a next match to look forward to.
Когда я начинал бороться, Денис уже был звездой, для меня был примером как спортсмене. Не хочется с ним постоять со столом.
Man, LEVAN has some heavy breathing, I gotta say. Hopefully he's around another 10 years from now. Man, this guy, he's really carrying that weight. He's got to be like mid 400s now. What a fucking monster, dude. I would not want to arm wrestle that guy.
С Джоном хочется, но u nas nije
Yeah, that's two different weight classes. LEVAN would just be way too strong for brzenk. I mean, he's literally almost double his weight right now.
nekoj tako visokoj kategoriji. Jeśli bi ja visil еще 130, 140, еще можно было бы я. Когда я 190, и человек 100 килограмм, 105 уже, знаешь, как-то неправильно с моей стороны. Еще и возраст у него большой. Так, неправильно видит. Если бы я сейчас его вот так вызывал, что давай.
So not brzenk, but
Я считаю, что Денису
Devon.
не нужно никого, ну, не надо ему что-то доказывать, потому что он и так легендарный спортсмен. Я видел, как Заур спарринговал с Цыпленковым. И не знаю, кто как увидел, но я увидел, что Цыпленков сейчас лучше. Потому что как только Цыпленков его остановил, Заур уже не мог ничего сделать.
I did notice that too. Zauer was very explosive, but once Denis got that stop, he was able to gas him out. So that potentially goes to highlight that Zauer doesn't have the endurance. And Denis is only still getting back into his strongest shape. So, and unfortunately, Zauer was injured recently. But anyways.
Да, понятно, что после соревнований это было и все такое, но когда у тебя претензия, что ты можешь быть самым лучшим в мире, ты должен Дениса выигрывать. Вот сейчас поборется Джон и Денис, и там еще видно будет, на каком уровне он, например, Денис. Короче, надо бороться. В том ситуации, что сейчас Денис, что у него были проблемы со здоровьем, что у него был большая пауза. Я знаю, ему для себя надо как-то.
Yeah, he probably needs another year to get into a peak form that Denis is in. Hopefully, he doesn't take his health too far this time.
Этапно подниматься. Тот же сейчас Devon хочет с Денисом побороться, уже говорит об этом. Я думаю, что отличный бы был матч, если вот Devon и Denis поборолись, и если...
Oh, so if Denis beats Devon, potentially in a future match after if he goes through brzenk, then he'll go against LEVAN. That's what LEVAN is saying right here.
Денис выиграл, уже потом со мной. Классно получился. Мне 34 года, я думаю, я надеюсь, что здоровье позволит, и еще 10-15 лет еще буду в спорте, в активном спорте. Если Джон 58 так борется, почему нет?
Yeah, John is a full 24 years older than LEVAN. That's crazy. Let's see what some people have to say about this. Okay, we got the Russian comments. LEVAN shows how a legend should respect another legend. Absolutely. LEVAN is showing true respect for Denis and John. He's a true champion, definitely. This guy is about as humble as anyone can be, true sportsman for sure. I respect Snagnashvili much more after seeing this video. He's a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, an absolute gentle giant. Like, the dude is super cool, dude. I think LEVAN has the skill and strength to downsize and still be number one. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he's so massive. I even think, like, imagine him even at like 350. I mean, still, who's gonna beat him at that weight? But anyways, those were some cool videos that came out today that I want to highlight to anyone watching of a potential Denis versus Devon match after Denis goes against brzenk. We'll see if he's able to go through brzenk easily and then go for a match with Devon. But I think that'll be a fantastic match on the right between Denis and Devon. And then winner gets LEVAN again. I mean, that's like literally the perfect build-up. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment. Thank you guys for watching. More videos coming soon.